Bubbleman watched you react CSR rework. Chat, it's time! The new meta of Osu clips is today! Chat, today we're going to be reacting to Bubbleman's reaction of my reaction of his clip. Bubbleman reacts to, BTMC reacts to, the CSR rework was actually good.
You know what we're about to do, chat.
Oh yeah!
This is the second clip that Ed's reacted to. He's reacted to Could This Robot Teach You 300 BPM.
That's true.
This is the next one, okay?
That's true.
He's cropped my face out. Thanks for that.
I didn't do it. Yayaka did it.
Probably needs this video. I mean, to be fair, he also probably needs the video where I talk about the backwards law and about how you gotta let go to actively improve. Think
That's
we
true.
Help him on his grindathon, but he reacts to the clip quickly. Okay.
Listen, I only watch Osu related clips if it's on stream. Otherwise, I try to avoid them because, like, what's the point of watching Osu clips when I could get paid to do it? You know what I'm saying? I gotta milk the views, man. It's part of the meta. The CSR rework was actually good. Welcome back to Bubbleman clips, reacted by BMC.
Reacted by Bubbleman.
Reacted by
He just sits,
BTMC.
Check this out, because I saw it was 13 minutes long. He sits through the entire clip like that, just sat there looking at it. Like,
Yeah, what's wrong with it? It's like this. It's like a stance, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a pose. Like it's like a posture, you know?
doing nothing. I'm glad I'm interesting, okay? I'm glad I'm interesting.
But listen. It's knowledgeable shit. Okay, I'm not sure if I agree with that.
So he doesn't like the idea of the meta moving.
I'm not sure if I agree with that, like, competitive system opinion because of Smash.
So what I want to do now is listen to his reasonings why and open up that dialogue, because I don't think he's looking at it from the right direction, you know? I don't think he's looking at it from the right frame of mind.
I like that song. Being defined by a player who can achieve groundbreaking skill and all of a sudden flip a character from like B rank to S tier. I like that.
If you don't know what he's referring to by that, there is a Smash video. There it is. It's literally just titled "A Video About Melee." Okay.
Wait, really?
I'll link this.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know if I was referencing that video.
Take on this.
All I know is that there was like a fucking Japanese player who was like, "Yo, Yoshi sucks. I'm gonna play Yoshi," and then he became like the rank 2 player in the world or some shit. Like everyone wrote off the Yoshi, and like bro was like, "I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna play Yoshi," and then became the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? So like that's all I meant. Like, you know, fuck the meta. Yeah. My definition of the best Osu player is different from other people. And that is why, it's why I'm so critical of the current system. It's because
Hold on, you're right, actually. One sec. Let me just,
Oh shit.
Oh, this is really difficult.
The stance!
It's like that, isn't it?
The
His
bubble
microphone's
stance!
on his right. Oh, I'm bendy enough for this, but I'm not at the same time.
Listen, Bubbleman. You don't have to do it because I have shit-ass posture, okay? So like my body naturally curves around my knee, you know what I'm saying? See, you have a black belt. Your posture is like this, where it is a fucking monolith, okay? Like, listen, don't destroy your posture trying to mimic an inferior pose, okay? Listen, be the monolith, be the rock, okay? Embody the rock, okay? Be proud of it.
Oh, he's in shorts. Hold on.
I mean, I'm in sweatpants right now. When I think of the best Osu player, I think that they should be able to consistently score higher on any map that they play.
Okay.
Against someone else. If you compare that player's score versus someone else's score, if they are a better player, they should always destroy them. Always.
So the trouble with a system like that is on any one given day, you are going to be better or worse than you were on any other given day. Right?
That's true.
What we have as a system right now is a snapshot in time of a player who set a good score and also got lucky setting that score.
That's true.
Which is on their profile forever. It won't change. It won't go away. There's no variance
it's
in
peak.
this. It is just this score
It is
at
your
this
peak.
time on this day was this, and it's on your profile forever. If you value direct competition, if you say one person should beat another person every single time if they're better than them, .com, that is an ELO rating.
Yes!
And that is on a fixed competitive environment, I guess, this never changes. In essence,
The fucking
chess will
vision.
never change, and so it can be given that benefit of the direct comparison, because there's no different maps, there's no different songs, there's no multi-discipline aspect of chess. It is just sit down at a chessboard and play, and that is the same as Smash. There is no difference in the competitive scene of Smash at all. The only reason that DK got picked up is because the game changed to the point where something new started to work.
There are no maps that you can avoid. You have to be good at everything, or you're good at nothing. All right? That is my vision.
No.
Huh?
No. That's like saying, like, if you want to be an Olympian, you have to be in every Olympic sport, or you're not good at sports. If you can run 100 meters, you also have to run a marathon, or else you're not good at running. What type of sense does that make? What type of use case is there for...
But if you're considered the best runner, then that means you should be good overall amongst everything. You should be having you should have an impressive time on a marathon. You should have an impressive time on a sprint. You should have an impressive time on 30-meter dash or whatever it is. Like, you don't have to be the best, but if you're the best player, then you should be consistently scoring among the best in every field. Under the vision, everything will be custom maps. All right, custom.
Okay,
songs,
I
right?
believe it.
The scoring system needs to be completely uprooted. Everything needs to be thrown out. We need to track stats that the current game doesn't track.
See, this I agree with.
We need to understand where in a map that a player broke at. We need to know what pattern that they broke at. We need to understand the complexity of that pattern. We need to understand the replay. Okay? The current system doesn't understand.
Okay, and so within the confines of the current system, we can't do that. And so you can't build that into the PP system as it stands.
That's true. In order to form the system,
that's why I don't care about PP.
Think... I've said this from the very beginning, right? The Farmathon is just here to milk the views. I don't actually give a shit, right? I do want to be a top 100 player. However, my definition of what a top 100 player is different, right? Whether that's top 100 next to my name, I think that would be dope. But my goal, objective, is to be among the top 100 best players in the world. I just don't agree that Osu's definition of top 100 is actually the top 100 best players. Because I know for a fact that there are people who are outside of the top 100 that can beat players in the top 100. Just in a different scenario. A scenario that I respect more. And that's what I care about. The Farmathon is just to milk the views. That's it. Just like I'm milking the views off of this clip. Chat! You guys should subscribe to Bubbleman Clips. Link in the description. This guy, thank you. All right? We love Bubbleman. Basin was good. So what you're saying is that Emmerich is still the best player. Emmerich objectively is the best player. He's proven that. Emmerich overall, I think, crushes any fucking person on any fucking map 99% of the time.
Okay, go back.
We need to understand math, like that they should be able to consistently score higher on any map that they play against someone else. If you compare that player's score versus someone else's score, if they are a better player, they should always destroy them.
Okay.
He may not be like the best. His strongest skill may not be easy, but I think, again, I would have to completely uproot the mapping.
He's now just talked himself into a corner because it's like...
Right? Everything would be custom. I think the star rating system is bullshit too. The star rating system needs to be completely uprooted because the star rating algorithm is not perfect.
Good enough works because good enough is constantly changing. I don't like this take at all. I like the take of, like, you can choose to respect the system or not, but the system has an inherent amount of respect in it because it will always value a skill set. Change is good. We're talking about looking for big number, which is the same as Trackmania. The more consistent player has 2 world records. The 5th most consistent, I guess, player has 11 world records. Who is a better player here? There is always nuance, okay? There's always nuance. But in this scenario, you cannot objectively say one or the other is better, okay? It's all up to what you value. And so, given a system like...
I think it all depends on the system, the confines of the system. Within the system of the PP system that we currently have right now, all right? The ranks that you have, that's your placement, right? My vision is to craft a system that I would respect more, that I think would be more representative of a player's skill, specifically in the confines of their performance versus someone else's. That's it. In terms of individual performance and the one-time snapshot thing, sure, PP system is cool, right? That's dope, right? And I will still enjoy having those single-time pop-offs where I'm trying to get the maximum possible score that I can get on a specific map. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's like the entire essence of like speed running, right? Trying to get the lowest time to beat a game, right? That's still fun, right? We have that. That's the current system. But I want a multiplayer experience, okay? Some of my best performing videos are videos that involve other people, okay? And at the moment, Osu's core gameplay, its core like incentive to play the game, which is the ranking system, does not incentivize any sort of multiplayer experience. I want to give players a reason to engage in a multiplayer experience that is also competitive, that's also fun, that is curated, right? That's my vision.
Given scores like this on a rank 4K player's profile, by the way, are they one of the best players in the game? I would argue yes. And I would argue you don't need a ranking system to tell you that.
I guarantee if I 1v1 fuck. I guarantee if I were to I guarantee that if I were to 1v1 this individual at any map with an approach rate less than 9, I will get smoked. Okay? Now, unfortunately, when it comes to the vision, I have no idea how to even tackle the idea of low approach rate / reading intensive maps. All right. So at the moment, my idea of the vision is not to even touch that until I consult people who are knowledgeable. So my focus with the vision doesn't even take into account reading skill yet. All right. We'll save that down the line when we actually have something. But if I want to succeed, if I truly want to call myself the best player, if I want to truly say that I'm better than this person, I need to be able to consistently perform above this person on any map.
There is no good way to replace this system as of right now. And so within the confines of the ability to change the system, this is a good enough system.
Okay, there's a couple of things to dissect here. I'm not asking to entirely replace the system. I would like to believe that a ELO-based system would be more fun and more respected amongst the most enthusiastic, most dedicated players in the game. Like, if you're a top 100 player in an ELO-based system, I would like to believe that most players would respect you as one of the top 100 best Osu players in the game, okay? That's what I would like to believe, okay? However, I disagree if Bubbleman is implying that the only way to fix the ranking system is to make adjustments off of what's currently there. That something new cannot be introduced. Because I disagree with that entirely. Like, the entire introduction of PPV2 was from Tom94 being like, yo, here's a cool idea. And Pepe was like, yo, that's cool as fuck. And then it became that way. You know what I'm saying? I think one of the best properties or best things about Osu is the fact that anyone can make a change in this game. Anyone can truly do something cool, right? If you have a cool idea and you actually work on it and you get it in front of the right people and convince people to adopt it, I feel like you can actually get it in because it's happened in the past, right? That's what Osu is built off of. It's built off of the community. So my thought process is, okay, obviously they're not going to drop everything to go for an ELO system. But if I were to develop an ELO system with a bunch of really smart people, and it does get the respect eventually, then I feel like I would be able to find a way to get it official in the game.
Either way, Ed's take about... This has been a good discussion, actually. Ed's take about if you're not good at everything, you're good at nothing is awful. That take smoked out the kitchen. Every smoke alarm in a 30-mile radius is going off.
Let me think about that. If you're not good at everything, you're good at nothing. What I'm trying to describe here is that in my vision, there has to be a clear incentive for a player to become well-rounded. There has to be, okay? If you are going to be considered in the top 100, you must be proficient. Proficient, okay? The emphasis is proficient. You must be proficient at every single recognized skill set in the ELO system, right? What skill sets are recognized? That's depending on what's technically feasible to track. At the moment, reading is one of those skills that I genuinely do not know how to gauge the skill of and track. With that being said, what I mean by you have to play everything, otherwise you're good at nothing, is that you cannot be considered the best player in the system unless you're proficient at everything. And keep in mind, there's this cap on difficulty, right? This difficulty could be what you envision when you hear a 7-star map, right? Imagine 7-star jumps. Wow, that's a huge nerf. But imagine what a 7-star reading map is. All of a sudden, there's a lot of players. If they want to consider themselves the best player in the world, they're going to have to bump up their reading skills, including me. And that's the incentive. The incentive is if I want to be the best player in the world, I have to work on the shit that I'm bad at. Otherwise, when a map that is reading focused is picked against me in an ELO-based system, or it's selected by the system, and that's what I have to deal with, I'm going to lose. And then I'm never going to be good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. You got to be good at everything, otherwise you're good at nothing. The incentive is that there's no way you're going to rank up any higher unless you are a well-rounded player. Does that make any sense? Obviously, if you are lacking in certain skills, you will lose at those skills. And that will punish you via your rank or your ELO. So, Bubbleman is right in calling me out that that's a dumb fucking take. I should have elaborated more.
For players like GN who are extraordinarily good at some skills, yes, that are not in the meta, but we all know their name because they're
fucking goated.
They set good scores and they get notoriety anyway.
I still get tilted when I watch that one Akoro play of him be like, "Yo, PP's the star rating says this is 12 stars. This is like an 8-star, 9-star max." Fuck you! It's 340 BPM bursts. It's streams and finger control. Fuck.
Your character's bad in League of Legends? Okay, let's buff it. It's now too good. Let's nerf it again. Something new has come along. Oh, a new character's been released? Oh, man. Broken. Overpowered. Let's take it down a notch, man.
I actually see an opportunity for that to be present within Osu, where the difficulty of a map can change without changing the map. I had a conversation with Cry in Cry.exe and Enemy. These guys are very enthusiastic rhythm game players in like everything but Osu, right? And something that they told me that fascinated me was the idea of something called, I think it's in MyMai. I think it was called a DX note. It is a object in MyMai that you always get a maximum score on. The entire idea of a DX note is to be placed in sections that are so ridiculously difficult that you still want the player to feel the difficulty, but the patterns themselves are so difficult that realistically no one is going to be able to hit that, right? I can imagine that to tweak the difficulty of a beat map without changing the difficulty, we can adjust at what sections those DX notes appear based off of when a player is playing it, right? So that during an entire, maybe for a lower difficulty of a map, the entire key eye section is like DX notes equivalent in Osu. So that as long as you're tapping, right, you still get 300 accuracy even if you're not tapping accurately, right? The goal of the map is to make the player feel the difficulty of the song, right? But in terms of like the rating system, that what will matter more is the point in time in which your key press is registered, and we can instead take a look at where that is in relation to the note appearing to then get the accuracy, if that makes any sense, right? So if later on we want to rebalance a map by removing DX notes, we would be able to retroactively calculate the scores for every single player by just taking a look at where their timing, where their hit was on that DX note. So then previously it would give a 300, now it gives a 100 because it's no longer a DX note. Or maybe we make a map easier because what wasn't a DX note is now a DX note, and now it always gives a 300 as long as you press the button. I thought that was a really interesting idea because that allows mappers to continue expressing the music in the best way that they feel is possible while still giving the designers of the ranking system the control to make sure that there is a standard for the maximum difficulty. Does it make any sense? Like, I think that's really, really fucking cool. Ed, why are you trying to take the rhythm accuracy out of the rhythm game? There are other rhythm games who do this, that put in patterns that are impossible, almost impossible, unrealistic, that would get outside of the difficulty of it. But the point of the rhythm game is to feel the music. So as long as the experience is the same, that's good. However, in a skill-based system, what matters is, are you able to tap and perform along to the music, your judgment of it? And so that's where that can apply. It's very interesting. Do you play that game, My? I've tried it a couple of times. Still ass at it. Why do I feel like this could be a good idea, but he's explaining it so badly? If someone else who actually plays My can explain the DX notes and how they're used in the balancing of that game, that would be sick.
That's my take on this whole thing, right? Is what he's saying is not a change to the system. What he's trying to propose is a different system altogether. Okay?
Yes, that's true.
That is not the ranked system.
I'm not trying to change the PP system. I'm trying to introduce a new system and gather people who are developers who resonate with what I'm saying would be a cooler system and more respected system, and then hopefully try to make an MVP. See if it works. See if people like it. See if we can support it. See what people see if we can make the business model work. If not, then it's dead. It's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah, sure. You are only good at one thing a lot of the time if you're gaining ranks, because that is what the system's rewarding the most. But you gain notoriety anyway if you're really good at everything.
That's true.
I don't like the thought that performance points is inherently bad because it is a flawed system. It's a flawed system that we've been using for the last 10 years.
That's true.
It's
the best system we got right now.
The game is still here. In fact, it's thriving more than ever, honestly, right now. You're either looking at your rank and you're going, oh man, I suck. Or you're looking at your rank and you're going, that's low. Okay, let's play the game.
Damn right. Chat, this is completely unrelated to the video, but I do think that it's worth emphasizing or explaining. I feel that BTMC's negativity towards PP and scores is becoming very harmful. Here's the deal. People point towards one specific reaction of mine as like the peak of BTMC reactions, okay? And that was my reaction to Marami's Ascension to Heaven DT full combo, okay? Let me give you guys a little bit of backstory, okay? A little bit of backstory. That reaction was 100% genuine, okay? Because there is something that I need you guys to understand, which is at that time, I genuinely believed that 300 BPM death streaming is not humanly possible. Genuinely believe that, okay? So when I saw a player, okay, who quite literally broke my worldview for what was humanly possible, that's incredible. Because I'm a player who thinks if someone else can do it, so can I. And lo and behold, all right, it's been a couple years, but I'm slowly getting faster, all right? I'm able to hit like a 5-note 300 BPM burst when before I wouldn't even try it, all right? It's inspiring, genuinely inspiring. But the culture within my community that has shifted in my chat and my channel as a result of that video has been so insufferable. I've tried to fight against it. BTMC reacted this play. BTMC, did you hear about this player? Oh my God, BTMC, this score was just said. React to it. I hate the idea of reacting. It's so cringe. Genuinely cringe. I fucking hate it, dude. But I've tried to ignore it. I tried to go against the grain. I tried to ignore it all. And that's why I stopped looking at r/Osu game, because every time I looked at a replay, it was boring. Fucking boring. But you want to know what that did to my channel? Every single day I wake up, I press the go live button, and it's like, oh my God, BTMC reacted to this play. Oh my God, BTMC, did you hear about this? Oh my God. And every single day, it makes me never want to look at my chat. It made me hate waking up. It made me hate going live. I hated it. Until this year, where 2025 is the year where I get canceled. I don't give a shit. I'll react to them. I'll milk the views. I will milk you guys for every single fucking dime from the ad revenue, from sponsors, from everything. And then I will funnel that into a system that I believe will actually bring out what I can respect, that I can look forward to. Because that's where I want to go back to. That's truly where I want to go back to. I want to go back to seeing moments where someone actually does something that impresses me, that a mapper creates ideas that shock me, that Skinners create something that I've never thought was possible. That's what I want to see. Because right now, for the most part, all right, I know there are exceptions. There used to be a time where I look forward to, I shit you not, every single day, opening up r/Osu game, reading about memes in the Osu community and laughing at them, all right? Every single day after school, looking at the scores from the top players, all right? Shigetora, all right? Emrek, or not Emrek back then. Shigetora, Rafis, HVic, Angel Sim, I already mentioned HVic, right? That was also Snow White. Bubble Wolf. Dude, like, I've looked forward to seeing all of these plays. I remember when Ruchi FC'd image material in a fucking tournament. That was incredible. These are scores that were thought to be fucking... Okay, it was an S ring. These were scores that were fucking groundbreaking. The story was insane. But now, a lot of the scores that I see are... And this has happened before, all right? But much more prominently than that, XMAP just got ranked. And then for the next month, the r/Osu game is just filled with people farming that score. There are 1,200 PP plays that are getting like 200 upvotes. Maybe not even that. And I thought PP was supposed to be a representative of, well, I used to think it was a representative for how impressive a map is. And that's the main thing that changed. I don't see performance points as a metric for how impressive the score is. And instead, my judgment is based off of what's the background? How long has it been ranked? When was the first FC? Is there a first FC, right? What makes the map, what makes that specific map difficult? What patterns are in it, right? That's what I look for. And I feel disconnected from the community that seems to be so hypnotized by this one number, the performance points, that I genuinely don't care about. And it's such a insufferable feeling that I have to be, that my main incentive, that as a community person who relies on my channel as my job, that I have to wake up to service a community that I don't respect, or that I don't identify, that I don't agree with. And so 2025 is my mask off moment. I don't give a shit if you guys respect my opinion. I will speak my own truth. But I'm also going to take advantage of the people who do want me to be a certain way, because that's only going to fuel my own objectives, my own dreams, my own vision for the game even more. Talking about how you hate us, I've been talking about how I've been disconnected from what the majority of the community respects. And that's okay, all right? My mindset is that I will show the community what they need. Hopefully, if I do this right, I'll create something that the community needs, right? But let's talk more action, right? No, you hate us. This is your moment to get canceled, man. True! Chat! I hate you all! Every single one of you! With a burning passion! I hate that you've supported this channel every single day! I hate that you watch my streams and decide that I'm worth your time. I hate that you've been following me along for years and look forward to my scores, and despite me choking literally fucking everything, you continue to believe. I hate... What else can I think of? Insert thing!
Right.
I hate you too. Take these very hateful $5.
Fuck you and your money. I'm gonna take your $5 and then spend it on the round table. Hey, chat. Exclamation point. Do we even have a command for it? Come to Vegas, baby. All right, the Level Up Expo event with the round table. Huge LAN event. $10,000 prize pool. It's crazy.